Let's begin your module on compassion with the etymology of the word compassion. When we say etymology, that means the source or origin of the word. And we will do a little linguistic analysis here very quickly, but promise it will be quick. Let's begin. What is the etymology of the word compassion? And what are its successive or implicit or explicit meanings? The origin of the word compassion comes from the root word pati or pasio, which is Latin, or the Greek patheia, which means to bear, to suffer, or passion, or affection. It's quite similar with dalamhati, no? Dala-dala, yung dala-dala, may dala-dala. And the prefix cum, which is Latin, does cumpati, which means with passion, or sim, which is also the origin of the word sympathy, no? With passion. And therefore something that actually points to feeling with, bearing with, carrying with. So the word compassion can be understood as our attempt to share, partake even in the suffering of others. But there's more. The English words compassion, from the Latin word compati, or empathy and sympathy from the Greek word, denotes fellow feeling, affinity for, and sorrow for the suffering of others. I love this photo a lot of shoes, metal steel shoes, which is put on the shores or banks of the river Danube. It symbolizes how during World War II, Nazi soldiers forced Jews to actually jump off the river to drown or to be shot dead if they do not do so. In a way, the shoes, sculptures of which you can see right now, represents our ability to feel with the people who struggled at that time, sorrow even for their suffering. The word compassion and its meaning revolves around that understanding then. It is in that understanding, perspective, if you will, that we understand compassion as a feeling of sorrow or pity for the pain or misfortunes of another that somehow draws us, invites us, inclines us to help. While it does demonstrates that the ability to feel for the other means we are in a better situation, but that doesn't necessarily is the case. That also means compassion, which is its second meaning, means the feeling of deep sympathy for another's suffering or misfortune, accompanied by a desire to alleviate the pain and remove its cause. And there you see why we need to be what compassion means. It's not just feeling, but feeling is a very important aspect, but also the desire, the ability to pour one's thoughts and resources in order to alleviate the pain and to remove the cause it has on others. The third meaning is that feeling of emotion when one is moved by the suffering of another and by the need to relieve it. And therefore, the call to action, which leads you to the fourth meaning, which is sympathetic consciousness of another's distress, which means putting your shoes on the suffering of others with the desire to alleviate it. What is common in all of these is not just the ability to feel for the other, but also at the same time, the desire to help the other. If you like this content, please subscribe to the YouTube channel Samo't sa Simula, and you'll see more contents there about philosophy, life, and all other things. Thank you very much.